Is that even a restaurant? Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, let's do that. Do you use Instagram to help make decisions about where to eat or what to buy? I know I'm not alone when it comes to judging businesses based off of their Insta feed. Accounts that have consistent style and brand alignment just seem more trustworthy. Let me show you how simple it is to build a graphic theme for your Instagram so your posts feel cohesive and connected. Hi, I'm Beau, a brand designer here at Canva. In today's tutorial, I'll show you how to build a graphic theme that aligns with your brand that can be applied to a range of Instagram posts, even video thumbnails. We'll also make an inspirational quote tile, guaranteed reshares. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on newly released videos. All right, to get started, we'll be making a graphic theme document, otherwise known as a brand kit. If you haven't heard of the term before, it's like a design toolkit that helps a business stay on brand. Maybe it's best if I show you some examples. I'll type in brand kit to bring up some templates. As you can see, a brand kit usually features a company's logo, along with fonts, colors, and imagery that align with a brand's unique aesthetic. If you're creating a brand kit for the first time, I'd recommend starting with a template so you know what to include. Templates without a crown are free, while the others are reserved for Pro and Canva for Teams users. Or just start from scratch, which is what I'll show you now. To open a blank document, go here and select Instagram post. First up, I'll add the company's logo. Since I already have the files, I'll head over here to Uploads. I've got a few variations to work with. I'll add each one like this. Next, I'll find a graphic to pair with the logo. I'm thinking some speedy looking arrows, since the business is all about movement. I'll go to Elements and type in chevron, which is what speedy arrows are actually called. I was hoping to find a set of 3 with gradual shift in thickness, like this one, and a thicker one to go with it. On the rare occasion you can't find what you're looking for, you can have a go at making it yourself by combining elements. Let me show you what I mean. Here are 2 separate elements I want to combine. I'll resize this one, move it closer, and select both and hit Group so they can be moved around as one. Now, I'll do the same again to make a longer version that can sit behind the logo. Let's see how they integrate with the logo design. Yeah, that looks great. Now, I'll add a few here so I can see how they look with different colors. I'll keep this one black and change the other 2 to match the colors in the logo. This will be my color palette. To make that clear, I'll add a square of each down here. I'll be using white as well, so I better add that in too. Alright, we're almost done here. I just need to add some fonts. I already know the font of the logo, so I'll copy that in. And I need one more. I'm thinking a style that commands attention. Like this one. I'll pop that in. Then we're ready for the fun part. When it comes to designing Instagram posts, I like to create a checklist of all the designs I want to make. First off, I consider the audience. then the photos I want to include, and any other visual content I could create. For this business, I'd like to include some testimonials, some info tiles, and some motivational quotes, along with all the standard photos and footage. So let's jump back into Canva and start working our way down the list, starting with image-based tiles. First, I'll add the photo. Followed by the arrow graphic from the design kit. I'll resize this so it hangs off the page. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick, but you need to be a Pro or Canva for Teams subscriber to access this feature. To make the runner sit in front of the arrow, I'll add the photo once more and I'll apply background remover. When you do this, just make sure the top layer perfectly aligns with the background layer. Have you used this trick before? Or is it something new? We have another video all about background remover, taught by my friend Tom. I'll leave the link in the description. All right, before we move on, I'll show you another image-based design that's a little bit more complex. This time, I'll start with a black background. Next, I'll create a pattern using the graphic elements. I'll add 2 up here, 1 in the center, and 2 more down here. I'll change these top ones to orange, then gray, and orange again. Now, I'll add some photos to sit behind the arrows. I'll start with this one. I'll drag it roughly into position, then move it behind. Now I'll crop it so it aligns with the graphic. And I'll do the same for the other one. Now for some text and the logo. I'll drop the logo in here. And write something encouraging over here. Yeah, that's more interesting than a regular photo, hey? And once you figure out a style that works, you can apply it to just about anything. Check out this video thumbnail, for example. I just repeated the same steps as before, but with a video as the background. And here's a free offer I whipped up using the same principles. I added the photo, then the graphic over the top, and some text underneath. And same for this information tile. Having a brand kit really helps reduce the time it takes to pull everything together. Shall we look at an inspirational quote next? Whether you love or loathe them, lots of users reshare them on stories, which is great for brand exposure and obtaining new followers. All right, let's see how quick I can smash this out. I'll change the background color to orange and the logo at the bottom. And type some inspirational words in the center. What was that? 30 seconds? That's got to be some kind of record. I know it was a simple design, but there's a reason for that. Whenever you're creating a post, you should be thinking about the rest of your feed and the content you regularly feature. For example, if you post lots of photos and videos, it's good to include text-based tiles to keep things interesting and create variation. Let's look at this feed for a moment. See how there's a good balance of text, photos, and graphics? It's no coincidence. It comes as a result of considered design and careful planning when it comes to posting. All right, I've got one more post idea that can be a good alternative to inspirational quotes, and that's client testimonials. I'll start by adding the testimony to the center. Along with the person's name and title. I'll use a finer font for that because I want the focus to be on what they said. To liven this up, I'll change the text to orange and perhaps I'll add some quotation marks. I'm using new text boxes for this so I can move them wherever I like. I'll also make them bigger so they can become a feature of the design. Alright, let's take stock of what we've created. There's the photo-based post, the special offer post, the video thumbnail, the inspirational quote, and the testimonial. Oh, and there's this one as well. It's just a regular photo with the logo featured. Great for building brand recognition. Since we're not going to post them all at once, I'd recommend downloading them to your computer as PNG files. Well, you know, for the static ones. The one with the video, that'll need to be an MP4 or a GIF. Let me show you how. Go to Share, Download, select PNG, and hit this button. It's that easy. If it's MP4, you just need to choose this. Once they land in your Downloads folder, you can add them to a scheduler or post on the fly. If you want to learn more about Canva's social media scheduler, check out this video by hitting the link. Alright, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to start building a brand kit? Let me know in the comments whether you'll be using these tips to save time or glam up your feed. And once you do, drop your account handle so we can all check out your work. Hey, you're still here? I guess that means you have some extra time on your hands. If that's the case, why not check out some of our other videos? And if you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, subscribe to stay up to date. We upload new videos weekly and I wouldn't want you to miss out on one.